'Tis the season, the most wonderful time of the year. Celebration with friends and family. It's time to pay tribute to this jolly month. So join us as we get into the Christmas spirit. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but this is Venom on the Shelf.
I hate Ernest P. Worrell.
What?
Oh, it's time.
Ernest. Portrayed by the late great Jim Varney, Ernest started as an enthusiastic redneck character who advertised products to the camera, the audience playing the part of his neighbour Vern, who we never see nor hear.
Very, very often wants nothing to do with Ernest. I don't blame him.
Why hear that?
And that was what sold these commercials as being unique.
Varney had this unique style and flourished in character acting, leading to Hollywood seeing possible potential with this character and making a feature film, Ernest Goes to Camp. He's a complete screw-up who messes everything up, but he's so gosh darn lovable when he does it.
No, he's not.
And hey, the movie was a big hit, so they made another one set at Christmas. He unintentionally becomes friends with the real-life Santa Claus, played by Sultan from Aladdin, who's on a time limit to retire and pass the Santa powers to a new Saint Nick called Joe. Meanwhile, a runaway called Harmony joins them for this wild adventure as Ernest tries desperately to prevent Christmas from being ruined forever.
Ernest hates Christmas.
I will get you to love this man. Wait, this was actually composed by a guy called Snow. That had to be intentional.
The only charming thing about this movie is the opening. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it really gets you in the mood for Christmas with all of the pictures and Christmas carols. It's a really sweet and charming intro. But within the first 10 seconds, they hammer it home that this guy is Santa Claus. Because we wouldn't have been able to figure it out already. Just listen.
I fly in once a year. Of course, I usually come in a different way.
Where you from?
Up north.
Me too.
Oh.
Toronto.
Really?
What line of work you in?
Toys, mostly.
No fooling. You been in it long?
Longer than you can imagine.
Oh, I hear that.
Oh, and kids can somehow sense that he's Santa too. Doesn't this kind of give away his entire identity?
You know, there was a time when I could remember every name on my list.
A lot of contacts.
Oh, all over the world.
This guy sucks at keeping his identity a secret.
And now I have trouble recalling who was naughty and who was nice.
We get it, he's Santa. He even checks in his damn bag of toys. Come on, we get it. How does nobody else?
Now Rob, calm down. Leave Santa alone. He's done nothing wrong. Except for starring this piece of shit and not get me that N64 when I was 8 years old. Grey-bearded prick.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Hey, buddy, hurry up. I gotta get to the airport.
And my bad acting class, and even worse dubber.
Oh, don't worry, mister. We'll make that plain. I have lived my life in the fast lane. I have an almost supernatural feel for the road beneath my tire.
God, Ernest has only been on camera for a couple of seconds. I already want to go and curb stomp some carolers.
Hey, you will show respect to the late great Jim Varney. We do get the cliche of Ernest driving like a madman as the passenger in the back is sliding around, but hey, it's from the 80s, this was still quite new back then.
Who even let Ernest drive a car? That's like letting Donald Trump run a country.
And as much as I love Ernest and find him really charming, his constant mugging in extreme close-up is just weird and really annoying. It's not even funny. Why is he mugging like this?
Because he's a mug.
He's all over the screen.
Even Santa's ID has him in a Santa suit. Does this guy know what a secret identity is?
Bloody Superman had a better disguise.
What, is something wrong?
Is this your real name?
It's the name I'm known by, yes.
We find out later that his real name is actually Seth. Why doesn't he just use his real name? It would avoid a lot of complications and keep his identity a secret. Ernest's cab is 69.
You're gonna make that flight after all.
He looks like someone who's just watched an Ernest movie.
Don't worry, the worst part is over. Nothing bad ever happens on an American airplane. Before more pointless mugging. Thank God this wasn't a thing in all of the movies. It's not funny, stop it!
How has Ernest even managed to keep his job as a taxi driver? He must have had so many complaints by now. How many of Ernest's passengers have had to go into bloody therapy? How's this guy still in a job?
Oh hey, it's the two doofus brothers who are always in all the Ernest films.
And they somehow make Ernest look like Einstein. These guys are dumber than Ernest. They're like Harry and Lloyd, if Harry and Lloyd were unlikable.
You know, I don't want to insult you or nothing, being as we just met and all, but You know who you kind of remind me of?
Santa Claus?
I guess you hear that a lot, huh?
Oh, yes, but then it's to be expected.
Because you look like him?
Because I am him.
No, mate, that's Tim Allen.
Why is he just admitting his secret identity to anyone he comes across? How has no one discovered him before this? Oh well, Santa in 3D glasses is fucking hilarious. And then Bobby gets stuck to the back of a moving crate. Okay, my inner child is giggling.
Even in emergency situations, always follow safe driving rules. You'll notice that I am using my emergency signal indicators when in reverse.
Ernest is going to end up killing someone, Rob. Why do you even like this guy?
He's my childhood hero.
But he's causing traffic accidents.
Oh, everyone was fine. And you know, these guys are normally funny in the other ones. This one, not so much.
Uncle Joey, are you kidding? They never get old. They always stay new. Those 3 little words, please and thank you. Hey.
Jim Varney was a national treasure. I really miss him. This man was my childhood, and I love this character to this day.
Yeah, I must admit this is pretty fun. Ernest has a real childlike innocence that fits with the Christmas theme. I just wish he'd stop causing traffic accidents and being so obnoxious.
Well, I don't guess he has to worry. By now he must be rolling into mucho dinero.
You don't get rich by doing a once-a-week children's program on local television. You've got to do it for other reasons. And that's why I'm here.
And this guy is an amazing Santa Claus. He's so whimsical and charming.
I have to admit, he really is. He nails it as Santa.
Aha!
Shut up. This movie sucks.
You see that guy back there? That's my mean uncle. He's making me work in that restaurant like a slave. He keeps me locked up in the basement where there's rats and filth, and I finally just escaped. So please don't let him get me, okay?
Well, not to worry, little lady. You're safe with us.
That is hilarious and terrifying at the same time.
I'm Harmony Star. Remember that name, because I'm going to be famous someday.
Oh, this is Ernest. I'm Santa Claus.
I love this comedy.
Surprised?
Yes, I am. I found an Ernest scene funny. I am fucking surprised.
No, not really.
And she handles it so casually. I love it.
For millions of years, dinosaurs ruled the earth. Hey, don't do that, don't do that. Then something really strange happened. Uh-oh, it's the Ice Age!
On the contrary, one believes that you will find scientific studies have since debunked this theory, proving that actually the dinosaur species became extinct by a meteorite striking the planet Earth, and not because of the Ice Age era. This man is lying to children. What an asshole.
I have the right man for the job.
Job? What job? I mean, what is this all about?
Joe, you are going to be the new...
Excuse me, Pop. This is it, Joey. The hand of...
I love the look that Santa gives as he just shoved to one side.
That's the look the actor gave the director.
You are going to be the new...
Excuse me, Pop. This is it, Joey.
You just made the list!
My goodness, my sack.
I love this movie. It's hilarious.
Come on, what kind of Santa are you if you're forgetting your sack?
Always pulling this stuff, Ernest. Knocking down the meters, giving free rides to every hobo you come across.
And he's still not been fired before this?
I've had it with you, Ernest. You're fired.
You're fired!
Whoa!
Well, look at his sad little face. Oh, poor Ernest.
Fuck him, the stupid face git.
I love how Harmony has only just shown up and now acts like she's Ernest's best friend. You've known him for 20 seconds.
This is a grown man, once again striking up a relationship with a young girl. How is this behaviour not unsettling to you?
It's innocent. You're just sick-minded. He's a child on the inside.
You condemned Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and you're ugly.
Ernest, you are in serious need of help.
Finally, someone speaks the truth.
Do you have any family, any friends, any money?
I had some US currency, rather a large amount.
Then I started accepting scripts like this and my career went down the shitter. Where's Aladdin?
What about now, Mr. Santos?
The name is Santa Claus.
Jesus, don't fuck with Santa Claus. He's a badass.
The name is Santa Claus. My name is Neil.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Ho, 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 Vern. Merry
I must admit that's hilarious. Just the first sight of Ernest and slam, go away.
So this is the only time that Vern appears in any of the Ernest films. I mean, it's a cool throwback to the commercials, but it doesn't really adapt well into film. It worked for the early work because Vern served as the audience as Ernest tried to sell the products to them. But in a feature film, it's just weird directing. Go away, Vern, and stop mugging the camera. It's annoying and unfunny.
Surely this would give children nightmares. It's got such a freakish edge. It's not charming at all. But this is my problem with Ernest. He just bursts into random places and causes chaos anywhere he goes.
You love Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, yeah? Well, so's your face. Some crazy old guy stiffing for a $30 cab ride, and instead of calling the cops, Bobo here knocked down the meter. Are those bacon cheeseburgers?
Just minutes earlier.
Well, I hope he's got something I can eat, and not just a lot of things made out of white sugar and red meat. You know, I think eating red meat makes people really overly aggressive.
Did anyone even proofread this?
But since we never see or hear Vern, why is that? Is he mute? He must be mute because I'd be shouting every obscenity under the sun at Ernest if he came into my house.
Santa even gets arrested as they believe he's insane for believing he's the real Santa Claus. That's not how prison works. Why do these movies keep getting this ass backwards?
This ain't real.
But furthermore, he continues to use the name of Santa Claus. Why is he still not using his real name of Seth? All of this could have been avoided.
And then everything started to get unraveled. First, I lost my sack.
Who cares?
Come on, Pops. You and me got some paperwork to do.
You're making a very big mistake.
Doesn't he have any magic to prove that he's real?
I will admit, this story does remind me of Miracle on 34th Street, where the guy's trying to prove he's Santa Claus. The actor does really well, and this is very, very charming and heartwarming. And I actually do find this part of the story very sweet and charming.
I know what we need, Vern. Bolt cutters.
I know what you need, Vern, a fucking new house. And a fucking new backbone. Stop letting Ernest destroy your life, mate. Just punch him upside the head.
Seriously though, this moment when Ernest discovers he's the real Santa is actually incredibly charming and magical.
What is going on though? Where's this girl's bloody parents? He's literally driving around with a runaway in his car. No wonder people think Ernest is bloody weird. She's going to be reported as missing soon.
Such a nice man.
Thank God this mugging ended. It's so annoying and it's just like he's begging for laughs.
What is this about anyway?
I don't know. Well, I think I know, but come over here a second. I want to show you something.
Wait, so he told Harmony he's the real Santa before showing her the bag?
Alright. Let's just say this guy really is Santa Claus, okay?
She just instantly believed, oh, that's cool, that's Santa, yeah, whatever, woo!
Careful.
Can anyone do that? How did he do that? But Ernest starts pulling out present after present, and Jim Varney really shows just how great a character actor he really was, and an incredible children's entertainer.
Yeah, and it's just these little moments where I want to forgive Ernest. It's that sense of childlike wonder, and Jim Varney was just such a great character actor. He was so amazing at facial expressions and such a physical performance. Damn it, Ernest, stop making me like you. Go and destroy another house. Kidnap another kid.
Your nose is clean, you get a couple of hot meals, you'll be out on the street before you can say Frosty the Snowman. But you'd be an awful lot better if you give me a real name.
I've told you. I've told everybody. My name is Santa Claus.
Just give them your original name! But Ernest gives a little speech in the car, and the dialogue is delivered so well. I love Varney's performance. The character is just so charming and endearing. I can't compliment him enough.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ernest. I'm warming to him. Shut up.
No, there's only one person authorized to operate this sack. His big red one is the Claus.
They shouldn't keep saying sack in a children's movie.
I love how he keeps saying it so casually. They knew what they were doing.
Close D.
I sure as hell hope this doesn't end up like Shawshank.
Rise and shine.
It's time to tell your parents where you are and that I'm not a bloody serial killer.
You kill me. You talk like you believe all this stuff, all this Christmas, Santa Claus, fa la 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 la.
He already proved he was real. How are you still disbelieving this? He literally pulled toys out of thin air. What else do you need?
Of course I believe. Christmas is a known fact. Millions of people all over the world celebrate Christmas every single year with colorful cards and festively wrapped packages with big bows.
Okay, Ernest talking about Christmas is so charming. I actually feel like, reluctantly, I must say it, Ernest really works in a movie like this where his character's got a primary focus. A holiday movie, something for Ernest to focus on. You buy into Ernest getting worked up like a kid about Christmas.
So you're saying you like him?
Don't push it.
We've got to eat and find the claws. And with my tracking skills, that should be no problemo, comprendo.
God damn it, this is too sweet. Screw you, Ernest.
Oh look, more close-up mugging. It's still not funny!
You're a sick man, Ernest.
Now take me home to my parents, you creepy bastard.
Bobby, there is something real significant going on here.
And that's not funny either!
These guys make Bulk and Skull look entertaining, and they're the worst part of this movie. And Ernest is in this movie. So, that's an achievement.
I thought you liked him.
The charm comes and goes. I don't trust it.
Then it cuts to Santa getting all the criminals to sing Christmas carols. This is hilarious.
5 golden rings, 4 hummingbirds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay, that's awesome. Damn it.
You can tell just how great Varney was with kids just based on how well he acted with them. It's shocking that he never had any of his own. He was such a treasure. But Ernest and Harmony somehow managed to get costumes in time, but you really don't care. Varney's character acting is amazing. And fun fact for you, this was actually the inspiration for my character, Reginald.
What in heavens are you talking about? I do not sound anything like that.
Clement here, Aster Clement. I'm with the Governor's State Correctional Institutional Prisoner Fair Treatment Task Force.
Oh. Holy shit.
This is such a great example of Jim Varney's character acting. It really is so endearing and entertaining.
Regardless, I think Harmony is pretending to be a 10-year-old. That's just creepy and uncomfortable.
Perfect for an Ernest movie.
But they are literally allowed to walk right into the prison and take Santa away without any ID whatsoever.
Excuse me, but he really is Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's right. You see that? Infectious insanity.
I love this movie.
I must admit, this is bloody hilarious. It makes you want to see an Ernest movie where Jim Varney played this character the whole time. He's amazing.
Chill out, will you?
She still doesn't believe in you.
Get real. Nobody believes in Santa Claus.
What more proof do you need? He has proven it to you, you ditzy little scrotum.
I've got to make him the next Santa Claus before 7 o'clock tonight. Or, I'm afraid, the magic of Christmas, joys, the feelings, will be gone forever.
So, no pressure, but it's cool. Just fall off a roof. Tim Allen's got it covered.
This performance is so heartwarming. I don't like it. This movie's making me feel again.
And more Ernest characters. Yes! He's so good at these. I could just watch them all day.
But my god, this is terrifying. Look at him. Ernest is an old woman. That's the stuff of nightmares. This is going to be the stuff children wake up in the middle of the night screaming. Look at him. He's a true Christmas terror. And I know it's set in Orlando, but the weather doesn't really create the spirit of Christmas. Look at what Harmony's bloody wearing. It's hard to get in the Christmas spirit when it's basically practically summertime.
Your mother must be worried about you.
What?
Well, you've been gone a month now. That's a long time for a girl your age to be on her own.
Oh, so she ran away from home. But if this gets reported, Ernest could get into some serious shit. Ernest goes to jail early. The prequel.
I actually love Harmony's character. She feels neglected and on the run from her family. Ernest and Santa are the only family or friends that she has, so it explains why she warmed to them so quickly and easily. It makes sense, and her whole arc is really handled well.
Santa knows of her past and they have a charming exchange, as he tries to help her still believe in good and reconcile with her family. It's very subtle but effective and charming.
And we're introduced to Joe, who's a children's actor who's reluctant to be in a horror film. You know, for an Ernest movie, it's weird that there's so many interesting and likeable characters. And then we get even more Ernest characters. Yes! They're so random and ridiculous, I love it. Stop with the close-up mugging! Stop it!
My dreams can only handle so much close-up Ernest. Make it stop. Make it stop.
But they hide Santa, who's a wanted man. That's a weird sentence. But then as soon as they get in, he gets out instantly and nobody recognises him. But it is quite amusing when he checks out a woman and then comes face to face with another Santa.
You just made the list!
But I have to ask, with all these capabilities that Ernest has whenever he puts on a bloody outfit, why is he so unsuccessful? He could be a billionaire, mate. He literally puts on an outfit and he can fool anyone. Greatest con man in the US, and he's making below minimum wage. What are you doing, Ernest? You could fucking rob a bank, you could become an astronaut, you could become a pilot, you could do anything. You literally can fool anyone when you put on a costume. Why aren't you using that skill? But Santa on the Christmas set really does create such a charming and sweet atmosphere, and does give this movie that genuine sense of sentimentality which helps it stand amongst other Christmas movies that are also pretty darn sweet and earnest. I cannot believe I just said that.
I hate
Maybe it's some kind of a mistake.
When Santa finds out that Joe is actually starring in a horror movie, it comes right the hell out of nowhere. Some giant-ass swamp thing just bursts in and Joe pulls out a gun. Shyamalan, is that you? But despite this, he can't bring himself to curse in front of kids. Must be a member of the MPAA.
It's about an alien from outer space, and he comes and he terrorizes a bunch of kids over Christmas vacation.
Terrorizes children, did you say?
Yeah.
What? Christmas?
You just made the list!
And despite the fact that Santa has clearly been stalking Joe up until this point, he still agrees to sit and talk to the crazy guy who's been harassing him and believes that he's Santa Claus.
What are you gonna talk to him about? Flying reindeer?
Oh, good one. And Joe literally accepts that he's talking to the real Santa Claus in a heartbeat. He refuses the job, but only because it's too much work to do in one night.
I mean, you're talking about every child in the whole world in one night.
Sure, you're Santa, I get that, but nah, far too many kids, can't be arsed.
To be fair, this guy's one of the smartest people in the entire film for believing him instantly. Think about it, in all these films where Santa is real, who do the parents think is bringing their kids bloody gifts every single year if Santa doesn't exist? Every single year there's all sorts of toys that just appear, metamorphosize under the Christmas tree and Christmas Eve. Because you think about it, in this universe Santa's real, so the parents don't buy the gifts, so Santa brings the gifts, but yet everyone in this universe doesn't believe in Santa. What do they think? I'm just sleepwalking again, I'm just doing my annual sleepwalk Christmas shop.
A bright, shining torch that is carried for a while and then passed on to another. If it is not passed on, the flame flickers and dies. You know, I've carried this torch for more seasons than I should have done, because I loved it so much. But now, I've taken to making notes. Well, you can't do it that way. It shouldn't be done that way. It can't be done that way.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
No, I'm not. You're crying.
No, you are.
No, it's you.
No, you.
Fuck it, we're both crying.
My God, I love Varney's physical humour. These movies need more respect. They do have a clever fake out too. Harmony looks after the sack but then leaves the room. Ernest has a weird feeling and convinces Santa to check that it's real, and it is. Santa insisting that Ernest should just learn to trust people. But Harmony actually switches them after this. It's a very clever fake out to keep you guessing.
You ready to go?
Me? No. No, I gotta meet my cousin, you know?
Never mind your cousin. Think of your bloody parents, love. You're probably on the cover of newspapers by now. Missing girl spotted with creepy paedophile.
Santa, I've got to get going.
Your boys are facing rush hour traffic, and I've got to make sure they get the you-know-what over to the you-know-where by you-know-when.
He uses code names for the time and location, but still openly calls him Santa Claus.
How'd you find my house?
Well, it comes with the job.
That's his only objection. After that, he talks to him like normal. This man has been stalking you all day and then breaks into your home and you're like, hey, what's up, Santa? But he has such a harmless and innocent baby face with such puppy dog eyes, you genuinely get so upset when people screw him over or his plan starts to fail.
There must be something that can convince you of the truth.
In a way, I wish there was. But I haven't seen it yet.
When a Santa doesn't exist, then who brings the bloody presents then? Does David Copperfield perform a magic trick? Does the Big Bang happen every December 24th and produce presents? Who is bringing this shit? You need to think about this. Do they get transported in by the mafia? Is it a stalk? Is it the Grinch? Who the fuck is it? Who brings this shit?
Should probably get you to Miami. Leaves about 6:40.
There's nothing sooner?
Not on Christmas Eve.
Why is everyone on about Christmas? Everyone's walking around in shorts and t-shirt. Bloody boiling out there.
And where exactly did Harmony get a second identical sack from in such short notice anyway?
First, let me ask you one question. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
No, but we do believe in 3 billion presents appearing out of nowhere every single year underneath everyone's Christmas tree. It's not Santa though, that'd be silly.
I just love how dramatic that line is.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
And even the elves travel with their real ears on show and everything.
Why not?
This guy's so carefree about running airport security. Terrorist comes up with a bomb. Fuck it, I'll let you on, mate. Why not?
But the guys holding the flying reindeer, they won't let Ernest take them away. The reindeer guys have more security than the airport.
But I must admit, I am coming round to Ernest a bit more. I love his childlike outbursts and his sense of determination. I guess this is why I can stand him in this movie. He has a specific focus. A character like Ernest fits very, very well into a Christmas movie because he's a character who's all about seeing the good in people and the world.
That isn't funny. And unfortunately, that will become a running gag for all the films.
How does Santa carry all his presents?
In his sack.
But how do they all fit in there?
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of magic or something.
You don't still believe in that stuff, do you?
Where do the presents appear from if Santa's not real, you little shit?
I do think this is actually a really nice moment though, as Harmony watches a brother tease his sister for believing in Santa. It's quite cute.
These reflect the figures that we discussed. And keep in mind, this kind of film usually generates sequels.
And a reboot or 6.
Can't we do something about the violence and the bad language?
Sounds like YouTube. And this is when Ernest takes over the sleigh. What could possibly go wrong? How does he even expect to do this when he doesn't even have the sack?
See, this is what I want to see from Ernest. Less of the destruction and nearly murdering people, just these charming, genuine, sweet moments. I love it.
Anchors away. May the force be with you.
Go, Webb! Fly! Up, up, and away, Webb!
Now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder, Squeaky, Squeamish, Dopey, Grumpy, Blister!
Okay, so it's a running gag in this film that Ernest constantly messes up or forgets the name Blitzen.
Donder and Blister?
That's Blitzen.
Blister! Blitzen!
But every single time he's literally gotten the name Donna wrong.
Donder and on Donder, Don Donder.
Keep saying Donda. And no one corrects him. Not even the elves, not Santa. I think the writers genuinely thought it was Donda. And the elves wait until they're about to be captured before, oh, by the way, Ernest, this is what you're supposed to say. Also, why are the elves even in this movie? They don't do anything. I mean, sure, okay, they're the ones who let the reindeer get out, but Ernest could just go in one of his ridiculous costumes and get them out. So they contribute nothing to this film.
I love this. This is just such surefire charm in a Christmas movie. Seeing that sleigh fly through the air and Ernest, an underdog, doing his best to save Christmas in his own special way. It's magical.
Yes, I knew you would love Ernest.
Love is a strong word.
Did you ever find your sack?
That will never not be funny.
And Joe realises he's Santa when he just looks out the window and sees him. If nobody on Earth believes in Santa, how has no one else ever seen it? I mean, he just looks out of a window on Christmas Eve and finds him, no problem. If it's that easy, how has no one else spotted him?
Daddy, Santa's coming!
What? Eric, everybody knows there's no such thing as Santa. Oh, wait, there he is! Oh. Cool. Who knew? And the way he finds out is just really anticlimactic, and he accepts it like no problem at all. The way it was revealed in Elf was treated like such a big deal, but here it's just, oh, there he is. But they even send fighter pilots after Ernest. Jesus Christ, way to inspire a Nightmare Before Christmas. But again, what was Ernest's plan here? He had no sack.
We'll hang on to your later, hose and razor ears. We're gonna drop under their radar.
I love how during great peril and life or death situations, Ernest is still doing his impressions and character voices. He even ends up flying through a toll booth. This is great.
These bits are by far the best. It's just great seeing Ernest in his own innocent little way, trying to embody the spirit of Christmas.
Meanwhile, Harmony sticks up for the little sister and explains that she has Santa's sack and seems to realise mid-sentence what she's done.
If that's Santa's sack, why do you have it? I'm a criminal.
And then he reveals who he is to another stranger. But hey, he wants her to come down his chimney, so I guess it's okay. And Harmony decides to return the sack with only 10 minutes left. She's cutting it a bit close, but of course she makes it. He looks so angry though.
You just made the list!
I have to give the movie credit, there are several of these little genuine scenes where people reconcile, and they're actually executed very, very well by the actors.
But as they reconcile, it is so heartwarming, and she opens up about her family and admits that she called her mum and is going back to her. Her acting is amazing for a stupid low-budget comedy, and I'm really invested in her character's backstory.
I told you I could handle this, baby.
We're not gonna make it!
Don't worry, we'll make it. I have lived my life in the fast lane, know what I mean?
Okay, fuck it, I love Ernest. This movie has some genuine Christmas magic and I really, really enjoyed it. Happy now?
I knew you'd come around and wouldn't let the mass destruction and possible homicide ruin it for you.
Oh yeah. I remember when he was a dick.
Oh no, you said you love him. No.
Even Santa turning Joe into the new one is a really charming scene.
But there's a running gag for the whole film that Santa begs Joe to not shave his beard, and when he does, he's horrified. But why? He just grows one back instantly anyway. And this is all it takes to shake hands with someone? How many times did he make that mistake before? Oh, hello, yes, nice to meet you. Yeah. Oh, now you're Santa Claus. Well, I'm out of a job again. And this horny old lady seems to accept that he's Santa almost instantly too. Are none of you people normal? Ernest even flies around the planet. I just love how he screws absolutely everything up on such a colossal scale. And it's a really magical moment when he makes it snow in Florida. It is beautiful, even though the snow is clearly fake. Shh! And Ernest and the elves are literally breathing in space.
Nobody moves. Nobody dies.
This film is amazing. It knows it's silly and it doesn't care. It's a live action cartoon, so it just says fuck it and goes all the way.
Seriously though, Ernest is so sweet. This is what the other Ernest films were missing. He made 25 bullshit ones where he just didn't show this sweet, charming side enough. This film really gets the balance right. I must admit, when Harmony, a child, kisses Ernest on the cheeks, there's nothing creepy about it. It really is charming and adorable. He just is a big kid with such an innocent, sweet heart.
But why is Joe talking and acting cool with Ernest as if they're best mates? Isn't this the first time they've ever actually met? And despite Ernest literally exposing the existence of Santa to the world and nearly dying, he allows him to fly for the night and even take a runaway criminal with them. They're all idiots.
My name is Mary Morrissey.
Well, once upon a time, I was called Seth Applegate.
So why didn't you use that name earlier to avoid going to jail and pissing off all the police? Also, why is this woman not with her family on Christmas Eve? She's just out Santa cock searching. And then we get one more painfully unfunny exchange with the two brothers with the stupid eye movements that still isn't funny. Who cares? This movie is awesome and Ernest P. Worrell is a god amongst men.
How did I ever dislike him? He has a heart of gold. Merry Christmas. Just Don't watch any of the other sequels.
Many consider this to be the best Ernest film, and I don't agree. It's really good, but there is a better one out there. Regardless, the side characters are likeable, Santa is charming as hell, Ernest is goofy and lovable as always, Harmony is interesting, and Joe really likeable also. The slapstick is as earnest as it can get and quite humorous, but it also captures the true spirit of Christmas, and it's just a funny and charming story. It doesn't make sense, but since when does Ernest ever make sense? It knows it's silly, but it just expects you to sit back and have fun, and that's exactly what you get out of it. Fun and entertainment.
This movie isn't fantastic, but it's a very fun and charming Christmas tale. Yes, I started off hating Ernest, but this is a sort of story where he can shine. Ernest, an underdog with sweet motivations, needs a focus, and Christmas was perfect for that. I think they really balanced his slapstick humour and charming moments well, and I have no doubt in saying it's the best Ernest film. For me, it did the best things with the character. I wanted to hate the guy, but he was just so damn well written in this. I couldn't. It's heartwarming where it needs to be, the Santa character and actor are wonderful, Harmony is way better than a lot of the supporting characters in Christmas movies, and you really felt for her. I feel like this movie is actually an underrated Christmas gem, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but this is how Ernest should be, endearing and sweet. Yes, a little over the top at times, but at least it never crosses the line. Well, too much.